very good evening, everyone. So, as the topic goes for today's live session is giving back to society. So, as more of you join, I shall begin with how this session has come up and what all things are. So, we'll just wait for a few more viewers to join in before I begin with the introduction and bring in the speaker for the session. So we'll just wait for a few more to come in. Hello Anki, so you're already there. Hi Saket. We'll just wait for a few more to join in and we'll stream in. And as we proceed, looking forward to more viewers to join in for the session today. Good evening once again. I hope my voice is audible enough to all of you who are currently joined with me for the session. Yeah, okay. So at this particular point, I would like to state certain kind of things that while every one of us were going through this difficult time, the entire world for that matter, the global pandemic that has hit us, we have seen a lot of people have been hit differently into different kind of sectors, be it education, be it business, job, whatsoever. It has not spared anyone of life. At that point of time, obviously, even I being into a field where I have just started business, and then the corona hits in. Obviously, I know what kind of situation I was into. I have seen some of my fellow colleagues who were taken out of their job. I have seen a lot of people who have started new businesses amid this particular time. I have seen a lot of people going out and helping a lot of people to survive. While I was checking a lot of things, I came across this particular group, Make Someone Smile, and it caught my attention. So when all of this situation, people were dealing with a lot of things, we have heard so much about Assam flood. Obviously, I would not go to the political aspect or things as whether the media coverage was done properly or not. But we knew what things were going on. Who knew, they contributed their bit, others were ignorant about it. We have seen a lot of people from the particular place or who belong from there, they started taking initiative. It is only then that I came across this particular group, Make Someone Smile, and I started from that day onwards, I started following their activities. They have been doing some tremendous work, and as the topic goes, giving back to society, they have really done enough justice to this particular topic, and they're continuing to do so. So to talk more on this particular topic, I would like to invite Anki, Priyankur Nandi, who will be giving us more insights on this particular group, his vision with this particular group, and what kind of activities this particular organization does in order to give back to the society. So I'll just try to get him in. Hi.
Hi. Hello, I can see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Echo.
Let me just arrange the screen, my powder lipstick, everything. Good to go.
So I think we'll begin.
Sure.
So, see, your story in itself is very inspiring. Like we had a conversation earlier. So, what I came to know about how it started, all of it, back from the year 2011. Obviously, that particular story is very inspiring. How things happened. How did you went through this particular phase and came up so well, and then the entire formation of things, highlighting different sectors and in different phases of society where you have contributed. So I would like you to throw some light in it. What was your vision? What is Make Someone Smile all about?
Okay, so Make Someone Smile was never something which required a vision. Am I audible first now? Can anyone from the audience?
Was my voice perhaps?
Anyone from the audience confirm if I'm audible? Just give a thumbs up maybe if I'm audible. Okay, thanks for confirming. Now, so Rakhi will start, right?
Yeah.
So make someone smile was never something which had a vision, which required an objective, which had a purpose. It was something which is more a verb, it was a deed. When it started is, so as I told you guys, first of all, let's look back right from my childhood, right? So you will consider that, this is a guy who has never been, upshot level in his studies and all that things to be done. But then you look at your childhood, what is he doing? You look at yourself, I look at myself, what was I doing consistently and doing it very happily?
Yeah.
And then I saw that I was very happy taking ownership of things which made a little difference to someone's life. So that could be maybe one of my relative is getting married and I wanted to help him with, the arranging XYZ things or maybe handing over the food or some responsibility which is in me. And that continued with many, many years doing small, small things for many, many people. Now, life continued. 2011, I had an accident, right? And the accident was almost fatal. Now, this is where I remember I had a blood clot in my brain, and the doctors advised that the next 6 to 9 months is a ticking watch in your mind, in your brain, because anytime that clot bloods, you are gone. It's goodbye there, right? And I remember coming back from the hospital to my home, which is about 23 kilometers. I was riding on a bike, and all I had is tears in my eyes. Your entire life comes forward like a flash. What have you been doing as a child, as you grown? What are the valid reasons you had cried? What are the stupid things that you have done in your life? How much time have you wasted? It's like someone is counseling X, A to Z, right in your mind. That's when I realized, in that right, that's when I realized that small things in life matter. And irrespective of who you are, where you are, how much bank balance you have, everything, perspective, giving a priority to your health, of course, the whole purpose of life, to me, what I understood is how much have you done for someone, or at least the planet, or at least something that has contributed to either the society, either the humanity, either the environment. And for that, how many members, how many people in this world have smiled because of you? Now, when I say smile, it's not doing big things. You cannot ever in life do big things. You start with small, small things, right? So I remember from 2011, whenever you start such a plan, of course, you will have 40, 50 members who will say, you know what, even I will join in, even I will come,
Correct.
मैं भी करूंगा. But eventually, when the day comes, it's only you or two, three of you, right? So that becomes very, very competitive. But now this is a promise that you have made to yourself that if no one comes, I will walk the road alone. And I continue to. At times there were three, four partners. At times there were 20 partners. At times there were no one, right? But I continued to do small, small things. I started small things. Let's say spending some time with the orphanage, spending some time with the old age home. Now this is where I understood a difference because I was just not only spending time. For example, orphanage. When I went to the orphanage,
Yeah.
I play the guitar. I play the guitar a little bit. So I went and started playing music with them. I went and started
Okay.
singing with them. I engaged them into the activity. Same for the old age home. I remember, and this is how bad life is. And to everyone watching this now and later, I would request you to note this. The first time, no, not the first time. This is the second time I visited the old age home, and this is in Bangalore, right? It was one of the individual who was a captain, right?
Okay.
He says, so we started, and there were about 10 to 15 people from my own team from office who also wanted to join. So they came forward. And I said, guys, just don't go and give your money and your greeting cards and cakes. Try to
Mm-hmm.
talk to them. Try to understand what pain they have gone through. I remember the captain started his story and he just let 4, 5 of us into tears because he was a captain. He was a wonderful human being, right? Um, he has contributed enormously in his area. He is into the old age home and he with a smile says, you know what, I'm here and I'm happy. So the story goes like, why are you here? No, I got my son married, and after the marriage, there was no one to look after, so they have put me here. So I
Okay.
said, so how far is your house? So I won't take the names. The house was not even 6 kilometers, and it's a one of the grand apartments in Bangalore. That means the family is a rich one. And then I said, how often do they come to visit you? They
Yeah.
said, he said in a very happy tone, they come regularly, almost once every 4 months. And we were into tears. My request to everyone watching this will be, you know what, life will take through every journey. We will grow up, we will study, we'll get a job. Some of us will get married, some of us will not get married, doesn't matter. Please, first of all, if you want to make a difference to this world, start from your parents. No one else. Start from your parents. If you cannot do, and this is something which my dad taught me, if you cannot do something for your parents, you cannot do even if you try anything for the world. So that's where, I understand the value of these old age home people, why they are coming there, what kind of life do they go through, how much pain do they have inside. Some of them are kept just because they have a disease. Some of them are kept because, the husband or the wife was not happy after the marriage. And some of them are kept because they had no children, and eventually they are there for practical reasons, which is fine, right? So I started from there.
Okay.
I continued. I targeted 2 dates because I being a corporate worker, even I will require my times and all. So I targeted 2 days. One days was my birthday. One
Mm-hmm.
days was the New Year before we get drunk, right? So I remember 2016. Was it 2016? I guess when I was in Calcutta, I wanted to celebrate the New Year with the eunuchs. The eunuchs, the ones in the road, because I always have studied their stories, and I found even they are one of us, which today's world
Correct.
we are trying and trying to accept them because there is nothing wrong with them. All they are is a segment of humanity, right? So I celebrated New Year with the eunuchs, where I collected some money. My process was very simple. That time WhatsApp was not there, so these
Yeah.
Google Talks and all that will come into play. I will send out a message saying, hey, you know what, guys, I'll do this. Anyone wants to contribute, please contribute. So someone will give 100 rupees, someone will give 500 rupees. Suddenly there's a collection of 3,000 rupees. So this New Year activity, I remember, it was very emotional, because I first of all had to find someone as them. So I went around Calcutta streets for 3 days, I still remember, and finally found one. And I said, where do you guys stay? I want to come and, spend some time with you. Of course, they will be scared
Yeah.
for obvious reason. But someone had allowed me. He said, okay, he or she said that you come in by so and so time on a Sunday. It was. I went by morning and came out by evening. Took me to the family members. What are the rituals they perform? It was very, very emotional.
So,
And I had,
sorry to interrupt. I just want to know because not many of us get this opportunity to, or maybe knowingly they don't connect to this community, even they are amongst us, right? Since you had this
right.
opportunity, I want you to share what was that feeling, knowing their life. It is not different, right? There are so much things. Maybe they
Good
do.
question.
Yeah. So how was it? What was that feeling?
Good question, Rakhi. So it was New Year Day, the 31st, right? So I already had my clock very honest that by so and so time I should finish, go home, and
Yeah.
then go out for party, get drunk, whatsoever, right? When I went there, I went around about 7 or 8 o'clock it was. Very, very humble. They offered me breakfast, cha khavan. Then they took me for some food. And I saw them, initially they were a little hesitant to take me to their, what they call the unit or
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever. Then eventually they did. And then they showed me, how do they live life? Uh, a few a few examples that I saw brought tears to my eyes because they were kids. You know how much they will be like 6, 7 years age. They are taught why shouldn't you give out your life? Why? What is the reason that you should take all this dirt of the society and humanity and even me? Trust me, even me, I would have in those age looked at someone, hey, nikal yahan se, But the fact is that they are also human beings, right? So they are taught and counseled right from that age that this is us. How do their unity form is very simple. someone comes forward as a senior, and then there are other people who gathers in and around, and then together form a unit. Then they
Okay.
go into then they try into different form of labor, try to get some money in different forms. Now, you might question me that, Anki, what happens is at times it's also found that some of them are fake, some of them
Yeah.
are acting, which is true. Now, see, everything in this world is fake. That's the first time we should look at, right? Which is right. So my request to everyone would be, please do not dishonor everyone. Recently, by the way, in this topic, we just had
Yeah.
celebrated the Independence Day with one of the units recently. Again, because it was lockdown. This is Bangalore. Everything is in top speed. One of the team members from Make Someone Smile, uh, she went to one of the units, understood they have no food, nothing at all, and there were about 23 members. So we did the same thing. We collected some money on our own within the team, collected, bought them 3 months of groceries. And you know what? After everything, the day spent, the coffee, the tea, the drinks, all they said is, God bless you. This is the word which makes you cry. At times we go to our temples, our churches, our mosques, which is all fine. And we offer so many things. I think offering a little bit to genuine humans who are actually requiring this, I again
Correct.
underline the word genuine, because as simple as that, every beggar in the street you see is not a beggar,
Correct.
right? A genuine person who is requiring a little help from you, if you can do it, do it. Blessing will come following you. As simple as that, right? So from my Calcutta activity, that was one of it, which got a little bit of hype. Oh yeah, this guy is doing this and so and so. Then I'm very passionate about two things. One is environment, one is traveling. So I remember I was in Shillong, which is my birthplace.
Yeah.
Now I was in the hill spot of Seven Sisters Falls, if you would have visited there, right? And there was a tourist cab which has come. They had a lot of food with them, and suddenly they have thrown away the plastic below. If you go there, there's a bridge below. Something just sparked me, in total phase of anger. I had a fight with them, and I started to go down to pick it up on my own. Believe me, when I was going down, even the local boys and the local people who were there, who were the shopkeepers, even
Yeah.
they came down. So eventually we went down, we picked it up, and suddenly it became a celebration. Hey, we have done this. Now, these are small, small stories that the media started picking it up, right? When this happened, I promised myself every time I travel, because I travel a lot, every time I travel to some place, I will carry a garbage bag. And whatever the garbage I can clean up. On one some activity in Shillong, there's a place called Lightroom where the Rock on 2 was shot.
Yeah.
Uh, there was a collected members of about 15 to 18 members. We went and cleaned up the whole area, collected more than 100 kgs of waste. And that is where the journey started seriously, because that took an
Okay.
attention in every media. I started getting calls. I came back to Bangalore, and I started getting calls. Dada, even I want to join you. I was like, join what? No, even I want to join your group. And I started getting calls after calls after calls. I realized that this has taken a serious turn. I
Mm-hmm.
went back to where it all started. You remember that bike ride? And I promised myself, I that time promised myself that till the last day, till the last second of my
Like.
being alive in this world, I will try to make someone smile. And that's how this forum of Make Someone Smile came out. When
Okay.
Make Someone Smile took a birth, I'm so fortunate, Rakhi, and now I should say, this is still the story where I played the role. After this, you will see the people, some of them you very well know. There are team members in Shillong, in Bangalore, in Guwahati, in Pune, in Delhi, and so these are the primary areas that suddenly all of them have started. They are the ones who design the campaign. They are the one who brings out the ideas. They are the ones who is taking it to the any levels that they are doing with three things. I asked very simple three things, which is our value system. One is your dedication and commitment.
Yeah.
It should be like, Rakhi, if you want to do something, do it. It should not be like, okay, I'm waiting for Anki to do something or give a go ahead and then I'll do it. Because you are the one who had a thought that I will make a difference, and that's why you join this group, right?
Correct.
Number two is discipline, and discipline is something which we very very strongly follow, you know. And number three is teamwork, which we claim as family. Because why I say family is, compared to your teamwork and a family, you have very important element which is called emotion, right? You bring out the emotion, and that's what becomes more and more stronger. So this is how the entire team of Make Someone Smile had formed.
Kudos to you and your entire team. I seriously look forward to the work they are doing. Obviously, as I've said, the prime highlight was the Assam flight. At that point of time, I came to know that there is this organization who are working, who are giving back and all of it. Because I know what happens in the Northeast, most of the things are not being covered. Since we are
True.
localized to our own, community, we get to know what kind of things are happening. We get involved,
Mm,
right? And
mm,
somehow this
mm.
really created an impact. And after that, I started following and I see things. So I just wanted to know now, make someone smile, as you have said, that is having small units across the country, right?
Right.
What is the total strength of make someone smile, and how do you,
Good.
take significant? I want, like, for the people who are seeing now and for the viewers who watch it later, if they ever want to connect, what is the
Yep.
way? How do they get about it? What kind of
Oh
various
yes.
kind of activities that you organize?
Right. So there are three things right now that we look into. What I call it as SHE, S-H-E. SHE, which is means society, humanity, and environment. As simple as that. What do you mean by society? Anything which is very, very social. So let's say one special day you pick up the responsibility of planting 400 trees. This is also in collaboration. Is the voice not clear even now, guys?
I think,
Can you guys hear me?
is the voice clear now? Am I still echoing?
You're fine. You are just coming a little up and down, up and down. That's it.
Okay, perhaps today the broadband service here. I don't know what's wrong
Oh
with
no,
it.
it's everywhere. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, fair enough. So there are three things: society, humanity, and environment, right? Society is when you collaboratively involve the society. So let's say in Bangalore, you have a lot of apartments. You go to one particular area, you say that this is the area we will clean up, or
Yeah.
we will have a plantation activity for the next 1 or 2 weeks. Then you get in touch with the POCs or the mayors or the corporate workers and design a platform and start going. This is how you impact a society.
Correct.
Humanity is very simple. The examples of letting anyone feel special. Rakhi, it's not about me knowing you. It's not about me knowing you. But whoever you as a human soul are special in your own, right? Very minimal percentage will be there where the acceptance is not there. I don't accept whatever you say. So you need to ignore, not hate, ignore those percentage. That is very minimal. However, apart from this, 97, 98% will accept your acknowledgement towards letting them feel special about their life. Doesn't matter if they are rich, doesn't matter if they're poor, doesn't matter if they're male, female, a eunuch, or transgender, or whoever. This is a human life. So this is all we talk about humanity. Environment, very simple. Environment is something which is the core issue in everyone's life. We are sitting at the home, having that thing, and throwing away that plastic. I know every one of us do it. Every one of us without realizing that we are creating a very destructive environment for our next life or generation, right? These are few things जो सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. I've gone to very platforms, I've gone to schools, I've gone to colleges. At सुनने से 1 day, 2 days, you get really inspired. Yeah, I also want to do something. It's not like this. It's like you love that person or that thing so much that you cannot let it go irrespective of whatever it happens, right? And I think, we all say, I love you to my girlfriend or to my boyfriend or whoever it is. As I say, the first thing to love is your parents. The
Correct.
second thing to love is the planet, the environment. If you cannot love the planet, you cannot love your boyfriend and girlfriend, trust me. Because this is something which is requiring your help. This has been gifted to you. The planet, I believe, is something which is very much gifted to you as us, as a human being. Now it's up to us. Trust me, you and me, both of us know who is the one who is polluting the environment. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Can I do 2% of that work to minimize that pollution? That's all I'm asking. Look at this equation, Rakhi, and I'm giving to every one of you, whoever you are. Look at this equation. Wherever you are right now, wherever you are, take five people, just 5 people from the location, society, community, environment, whatsoever. These 5 people invest 3 hours every week. That means 5 into 50, 5 into 3 is 15 hours, right? So it could be on a Sunday evening, Saturday morning. It gives you a little bit of workout also. I go to gym and I put my posters, which is all fine. Do something for the planet. You'll have better triceps, biceps. Trust me. So what happens? These 5 people, with 3 hours, you go ahead across your road. Day 1, you study the area. Day 2, you take some tools and collect some, tools and mechanisms. Day 3, you go in the road and try to clean it up. Clean up the waste. Ask the BBMP or the municipal or whoever it is, the worker who takes the garbage to the right place. Give him some money. He will be happily coming. Dump it in there. Now see what happens. 15 hours a week, about 60 hours a month. Let's say in 15 hours, you have collected 100 kgs of waste, which is just dumped in the people in the streets by people like us. Have the ice cream, take it, throw it, You just take it, put it. In a week, you're collecting 100 kgs. In a month, you're collecting 400 kgs.
Right.
In 6 months, you are collecting 2,400 kgs. In a year, you are collecting more than 5,000 kgs of waste. Now think, how did you make a difference? You started this much, it's suddenly become this. And when you do such an act, trust me, believe me, and I take it from my personal experience, there will be those honest people linking with you. Hey, you know what? I will also come. Can I get the gloves? Okay, please come. Your team increases. Then it becomes a uniform platform. Then you become the lead and you take it forward. Suddenly the people, this is how you get noticed, At the end of the day, when you go home, you take your mobile and you're just about to sleep, you feel good here because you have done something, if not for anyone, but for the planet, which is our Mother Earth, right? So do things like this, guys.
So very inspiring. Like to pick up the point from here for want to start something, no matter how it is, just start it. Really, if you keep going, there will be more people who will be joining you at the process. And as you said, obviously, being a Shillong, I think surrounding around you. Somehow, even when I moved to my campus, my business is a very beautiful place. Trees and everything. And I had that Kira in me. They're dumping today. Do it there. So I totally relate. Like till now. So I want all of you should understand. Obviously, we need to practice in our life. It begins from our home, from our parents, and as you said, like if you look at nature, much. How can you love it? And moving forward, so what's make someone smile? More people to associate because I know there is something you are doing right now. So if you'd like to talk about the Ramakrishna.
Your voice is. Oh, okay. What are the projects? Now I get it because your voice is coming a little up and down, which is okay because of the network.
Because of the network issue.
Now, yeah. So
network.
So these are the few. Yeah. So these are the few things which are happening, right? So one is we are already partnering with someone whose name is Dominic. Basically, there's an orphanage who is out of food for about 6 months now, right? So he had posted a message in the group called Reminiscence of Shillong in Facebook, and we took it from there. So we are trying to arrange some food, some gathering from ourselves. The only problem area, I won't say problem area because this is how we are, right? The fact is, this being a group of its own. It's not a registered NGO or a trust or a society that allows me to go to the, oops, so sorry, that allows me to go to the government and ask some money. So that could be our next plan of actions. But right now, whatever we do, we take money from our side, or maybe, we reach out to this uncle, that uncle, that this is our project. How much will you be okay to share? And that's how we project it, right? So yeah, tomorrow or day after is where we are supporting this one, which will take not much of the effort, but it will definitely help them for a month or two. That's A. The biggest project, and this is for everyone. You know what? To everyone who is watching this, you can link up with us in the page Make Someone Smile in Instagram or Facebook. It is even in YouTube. We started our pages. Probably will shoot very soon on Twitter, right? Now, this is very important. Why I say is the Maharaj from Ramakrishna Mission and one of our respected members, Urvita Das, whom you also know, had brought in this idea. She was earlier initially employed with Ramakrishna Mission as a teacher. So now because she has got somewhere else, which is a government job also, but she brought this idea saying that, you know what, the idea is to enable education in those sectors also. This is in Cherrapunji or rather Sora, right? And Ramakrishna Mission is looking forward to enable Wi-Fi setups in every institution or the corners of the institutions. And for the Wi-Fi is number one. Number two is customized courses, because once you have the internet, you have access to everything and anything, right? Now, Ramakrishna Mission is designing the course in such a way that these are the Wi-Fi tablets,
All right.
which can give you access to only those particular courses that is required for you. As simple as that.
Okay.
And number three is the access and everything has to be done through a tablet. So the requirement is the tablet. One tablet is costing around 4,000 rupees, not around 4,500 rupees. So let's say 4,000 rupees. Now we are asking sponsors, or we are asking people, whoever contributes, to give in some money so that, if not more, maybe even if you give 5 to 10 tablets to 10 students, as a team, we are happy. So interestingly, we also had a discussion with Maharaji saying that, you know what, we have started the campaign, but we are not finding too much funds. Please pardon us, but we will try to push this because this is the end of the month. We hope the start of the month we'll get some more money. And also the fact is Corona and everything is hitting jobs. So let's not keep expectations. And the respected Maharaj, he says that, it's not about how much you are doing, because you are doing wonderfully well. We love your participation. Your participation shows your enthusiasm and the fact that you're very honest to contribute towards the society. Now, these are things that we take it as a blessing, so we take his blessing, we take your wishes, and we would like to make some difference to at least 4 or 5 students who, as I said, the deeds may not be huge. Even a small, tiny deed which has a genuine intent can make a difference, and that's our art.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing all this about what you are doing and the entire group. I know today my voice, I don't know why it is happening. Very excited about this particular topic. I wanted to happen this, but it's okay. As we end, I want to end it on a positive. You to give a message to all of our viewers, as in like, what is that positive note that they can start something. What is that? What is your value? Put it.
Good question. Good question. What is the positive note? First positive note is Riya Chakraborty. I know we are all done with this story. Okay, when we are talking about a positive note, now what happens is, see the intent, whatever, whoever of you do, whatever in life, some of you, and I'm not talking about only human and environment, some of our team members takes extreme passion. I will take the names as Deepak, Pooja, and a lot of members, Shanti, a lot of people who takes extreme passion in their love for animals. So they have gone ahead and fed dogs during those times of pandemic hit, taking the precautions, mind you, right? So whatever you like, guys, it could be in the society, environment, humanity, kids, orphanage, old age home, something. Ask yourself, What is something that I connect with, right? And start to do your little bit from there. Now, trust me, when you do that, there will be three types of people who will stop you. First of all, the person who stops us is our own family, is our own friends. Trust me. And there is nothing wrong in that. Our family does it because they care for us. It's like I remember when I first started with a bike, right? My mom is like, "You will die. What are you doing? You're taking a bike. You will die." And I took the bike. Now she goes with me on a bike rides. So that's the kind of change you should understand the mindset when we are
Mhm.
talking to our parents. Our parents is no more our parents. They are our kids. And that's why we should have that connectivity when we are talking to them. Three idiots dekhe na. We should always look forward to convince our parents because there is a way to do that. Right? So number one. Number two is you will be always stopped by the criticizers because they have never seen you doing such things. तुम ये कैसे कर सकते हो तुमसे नहीं होगा that will be the first thing. And number three is when we do such things, your competitors will come forward and challenge you. Now these three will happen in any status of life. कुछ
Correct.
अच्छे काम करो या तो you do it in the job sector or even in your family. It happens everywhere. It's just part of life. You need to promise yourself why do you want to do it, right? And Rakhi, as you asked for a positive note, before true story, bike वाला मेरे साथ हुआ है. I know, Dhruv, it happened with everyone. আমার ছেলে তো বাইক লইলে সে তো মারা যাইব. Today, I'm almost reaching the age of 25. I'm still alive. I have the habit of hiding my age anyways. So whenever you think of doing something, it's make sure it's a promise to yourself. अपने आईने में देख के ये बताओ कि यार मरते दम तक मैं ये करूंगा. It could be very simple things. Yeah. Don't think about big. It could be very, very simple things. From tomorrow, all my life, mom was cleaning the room. From tomorrow, I will also help her to clean the room. बस वहां से शुरू करो and see how the changes happens in your life. Suddenly, these friends, these people, even us, will be looking forward to you and say that, my God, what a guy, what a girl he is. And this is how you earn respect, right? You fight every bargain of yours and you do something which is special. Now, the positive note from here is always remember whenever you are trying to make someone smile, the first option is, are you smiling? Or wo smile is, is just not a smile like, not that. It should be a genuine smile right from the heart
Yeah.
when you are doing for something. Because be rest assured, ये करने के बाद शायद नहीं, in 99.9% of the time, you will not get any award, reward, nothing.
Obviously. Correct.
You are doing it just because you want to satisfy and tell your soul that I promised you something, I did it. This is the positive note I will give all of you, and I know all of you can. Just fight with yourself, and yes, stay connected. Any questions, any queries, anytime. Who knows? We can together work sometime along with Rakhi and do something which is magical.
All right. Thank you so much. Actually, it was so nice talking to you. And honestly, like there were so many moments I was connecting with you. You indeed go by the third make someone smile because I was smiling. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
that's all. See, see, I can see a couple of more members smiling. Dhruv had already, of course, smiled.
yeah.
Kanak had smiled, and I can see my friends. So whoever had joined in, thank you so much for joining in. Make someone smile is not an event. It's not a company. It's not a profit making. It's nothing. It's a formula of life. As long as you are alive, doesn't matter कितना बैंक में है, कौन सा बाइक है, कौन सा मोबाइल है, कौन सा गर्लफ्रेंड है, nothing. You can make someone smile. The question is, are you ready? As simple as that.
Thank you so much for giving me and letting all our viewers know, how to make someone smile. It's not a very difficult task. And obviously, I would like all our viewers who are not on the ground to connect with me later as well. How to make someone smile if there's that we want to connect with you. Yes, please feel free to connect with us, connect with the group. Obviously, I hope we will be learning something good for you. So yeah, with this,
And
thank
thank you. And I would like to thank you, Rakhi. You are doing a wonderful job. And I also hear, I haven't known you much, but I also heard from a many known that you yourself are an inspiration to so many. So keep it up. Keep up the spirit. and I'm sure you will reach the success levels. Let the corona go. Who knows? We might just meet sometime, and we will do some more sessions together.
Surely looking forward to meeting you next time, inshallah. Thank you so much for your time, Anki.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. So guys, we had Anki with us. He indeed has given some wonderful points. He has shared some wonderful points. Like, if you really want to do something, you need not care about what things are, what people are saying, because obviously, as he rightly said, it will start from your family only. That you should not do this. The example of bike was a classic example, right? So that's okay. Your perseverance, your passion towards doing something is all that matters. And giving back to society is not something that you have to do something really, where a lot of money has to be involved. No, you don't have to. Even if you see someone who is really in help and someday you find out a way to help them out in your own little way, and bring a smile on their face, it is a way of giving back to society. I hope this session has helped you all. I will be putting it up in my channel. You can watch it later. You can share with your friends who you want to see this and get inspired from Anki and his story, and from the entire group of Make Someone Smile. You're doing an amazing job. I will be putting it up on YouTube. I'll be sharing the link with all of you. Thank you so much. Stay positive, guys, and keep growing.